In the crowded streets of Manila, amidst the chaos of jeepneys and the chatter of vendors, a young boy quietly strums his old, worn-out guitar. His clothes are tattered, and his shoes are too big for his small feet, but his voice, oh, his voice is something else entirely. It's pure, angelic, and full of emotion, a voice that can make strangers stop in their tracks. Every day, he sings to survive, hoping to earn enough coins to feed his younger sister. People pass by, some tossing a coin, others ignoring him, unaware that they are in the presence of something extraordinary. He dreams of more than just survival. He dreams of stages, lights, and crowds cheering for him. But for now, the streets are his stage. One evening, as the sun dips behind the tall buildings, a passerby records him singing Hotel California. The video is raw, unpolished, but filled with soul. Within hours, it's shared thousands of times online. Comments flood in. This boy has the voice of an angel. And, why isn't he famous yet? Suddenly, his life begins to change. Strangers want to help. Talent scouts notice. People everywhere are talking about the street boy whose voice can make anyone cry. For the first time, hope enters his heart. Maybe, just maybe, his dream of singing on a real stage is no longer impossible. But the journey ahead will test him in ways he never imagined. The boy's life changed overnight. The viral video of him singing Hotel California had reached millions, and suddenly, talent scouts were knocking at his door. For the first time, he felt what it was like to be noticed, not for his struggle, but for his gift. He was invited to audition for a national talent show, a place where dreams were made or crushed under the bright lights of fame. The night before the audition, he barely slept. Questions swirled in his mind. Can I do this? Will they understand my music? Will they see the boy behind the voice? When the day finally came, he stepped onto the stage, the spotlight blinding him for a moment. The audience's eyes seemed like a sea of stars, and the judges looked intimidating, their expressions unreadable. But as soon as he started singing, everything else faded. His voice, raw and full of emotion, echoed through the hall. Every note carried the weight of his struggles, every word told the story of a boy who refused to give up. The audience was silent at first, captivated by the purity of his voice. Then, slowly, tears began to fall. Judges, audience members, even crew behind the cameras. Some whispered, some gasped, and some simply cried openly. When he finished, the silence lingered for a heartbeat before erupting into thunderous applause. In that moment, he knew something had changed forever. The streets of Manila were behind him, but his journey was only beginning. After his breathtaking audition, the world wanted to know more about the boy behind the golden voice. Cameras followed him, reporters asked questions, but the real story was deeper than anyone could imagine. Born into poverty, he lost both of his parents at a very young age. Every day since, he had carried the weight of responsibility for his little sister on his small shoulders. The streets were not just a stage, they were his home, his classroom, and his survival ground. Singing was never just a dream, it was the only way to bring hope and food to his sister. In interviews, his eyes told stories his words could not. He described mornings when he woke up to an empty kitchen, evenings when he sang to strangers just to earn a few coins, and nights when he prayed for a life beyond hardship. Each note of Hotel California was laced with these struggles, heartbreak, sacrifice, and undying hope. Viewers everywhere were moved. Tears streamed down the faces of judges, fans, and even strangers watching from across the world. Comments flooded in. This boy has been through so much, yet his soul shines brighter than anyone I've ever heard. Through his pain, he taught everyone an unforgettable lesson, that true strength is born from adversity, and that even in the darkest places, hope can sing louder than despair. The boy was no longer just a street singer, he had become a symbol of resilience, inspiring millions to chase their dreams no matter the odds. The tension in the talent show arena was electric. Millions watched from home, but for the boy, all he could see was the stage, the judges, and the spotlight that felt both terrifying and magical. He had come so far from the streets of Manila, but this moment, this chance, could change everything. As the music started, he took a deep breath and began to sing. His voice, raw yet perfect, filled the hall with emotion so powerful that it seemed to stop time. Every note told the story of struggle, sacrifice, and unshakable hope. The audience was silent at first, hanging on every word, before waves of emotion washed over them. Tears rolled down faces in the crowd, and even the stoic judges couldn't hold back their feelings. When the song reached its climax, one judge, visibly moved, pressed the golden buzzer. Confetti rained down in a sparkling explosion, the crowd erupted into applause, and the boy fell to his knees, overwhelmed with emotion. He cried, not just for the victory, but for every hardship that had brought him here. In that moment, the boy realized something profound. His dream was no longer just a dream. It was real. The stage lights no longer blinded him, they embraced him. The world had finally recognized his gift, and the journey he had fought so hard for was only beginning. That golden buzzer was more than a button, it was a promise that no struggle, no matter how painful, could ever silence a voice destined to shine. After his golden buzzer moment, the boy's life transformed completely. The viral audition had already captured hearts worldwide, and now the world wanted more of his story, more of his voice, more of his spirit. From Manila's crowded streets to international stages, his journey became an inspiration for millions. Every performance was filled with emotion. Audiences across the globe could feel his struggles, his hopes, and his unwavering love for his sister. Each note he sang carried a lifetime of hardship and resilience, and people everywhere were moved to tears. News outlets shared his story, fans created tributes, and social media buzzed with admiration. This boy is a true angel, his voice can heal souls. From the streets to the world, this is hope in action. Despite the fame and attention, he never forgot where he came from. He returned to his neighborhood, helping families in need and inspiring other street children to chase their dreams. Every song he sang, every stage he performed on, was a dedication to those who believed in him, and to those he loved most. His voice, once only heard by passersby on dusty streets, now resonated in concert halls and living rooms worldwide. The boy who had nothing but hope had captured the hearts of the world, proving that talent, courage, and a pure heart can break through any barrier. From Manila to the world stage, he had become more than a singer, he had become a symbol of resilience, hope, and the magic of dreams that refuse to die.